You're listening to Saturday Morning Media. And now, back to our show. Here we go.
Welcome once again to the Grant Cast. My name is Grant Baciocco, and it is a pleasure to have you here. A big shout out to everybody who's listening to this, and a special shout out to all the Saturday Morning Media Patreon patrons who help make this show possible by supporting Saturday Morning Media for as little as $1 a month. Welcome, everybody. It's great to have you here. Right off the bat, I will apologize that my voice is it's not 100%. And maybe I shouldn't actually be recording this, but here we are. I am excited to be here, excited to be talking with you. And I don't have a ton of things I want to talk about, but I do want to get on here and chat about a few things. My voice is crazy, and for whatever reason, I can't 100% do Toyley's voice. I can do it a little bit, but not 100%. And it was very strange because my voice was absolutely fine, and I was filming stuff for Toyley and all this other stuff. And then, I'm recording this on St. Patrick's Day, Sunday, March 17th. And it was last Tuesday, I think, that it just went, my voice was just gone. Not gone, but just like, my voice was normal, but I couldn't do Toyley's voice. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. You don't need to hear all that. What you do need to hear is that I'm happy that you're here listening to this. I recently, back in September, I started doing intermittent fasting. I realized going into this that I talk a lot about food on here, but that's what you're going to have to put up with. So I started doing intermittent fasting, and I enjoyed intermittent fasting, and it worked for me, and I lost just under 20 pounds doing intermittent fasting. And then I would say for like the past maybe 3 or 4 weeks, the intermittent fasting has kind of gone out the window. And I'll be like, yeah, it's late. I'll eat something late at night. And yeah, it's, I started my little fast app. I started the little tracking app to track my fast. But I'll just delete that fast and I'll have food. And so I have recently started like really, really refocusing and getting back on the intermittent fasting. And so that's what I'm doing. And I came up with this concept is I'm just figuring out how to eat all over again. And it's just for years and years and years, I have eaten a lot of garbage. And trust me, I still eat garbage. But now I'm kind of being, I guess, more mindful. That's what they say about what I'm eating. And I heard somewhere someone say eating food with no ingredients. And I kind of liked that. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like only eating the actual things instead of a bunch of ingredients all put together into one thing. So trying to eat clean, I guess that is. But I like that idea, and that's what I'm trying to do. And trust me, I'm still having chocolate chip cookies. But what I really wanted to talk about today, still food related, is that I signed up for this thing through my good friend Russ Walco called Good Chop. This is not an ad for Good Chop. But what Good Chop is, it's like a meat delivery service. Yeah, you know what but it's a meat delivery service where, whatever kind of schedule you set up, they deliver a box of your choice of cut meats. It could be chicken, it could be steak, it could be pulled pork, it could be links, it could be lots of different things. But they deliver it to your house. So Russ was really talking about it, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to do that because I do buy, and cook steak and chicken and things here at the house. And so I have, and it's been fun. I don't get like a delivery. I think you can set it up every 8 weeks. And so originally that's what I did, but I am the only meat eater in this house. So I don't go through, like you get a ton in a box. So I just put it all in the freezer and it lasts me for quite some time. It's a while before I'm finished with all of that. So I have stuff from my order and in the fridge, and I think it was Monday of last week. I was like, you know what? I'm really going to focus this week because I'm getting back on this intermittent fasting thing, and I'm going to go buy some, food and not, like kind of, what do you call it? Side dishes and things like that for this, for the various cuts of meat that I have in the thing. So like I want to make sure I have some rice. I want to make sure I have some beans. I want to make sure that I have some canned vegetables because I love some canned green beans or some canned corn to go with a steak or to go with some chicken or whatever. It's all fantastic. Put it in a big bowl, mix it all up, put on some hot sauce. You're good to go. So I did that, and I went and I shopped and I got this, and I was like, okay, on this day I'm going to have this, and on this day I'm going to have this. On Wednesday, I'm going to have the pulled pork that I got. And so I got barbecue sauce, and I got some King's Hawaiian rolls to put the pulled pork on, and I got some, what else did I get? I got some other accoutrement. I am going to go on a little side rant here. I did get a bottle of Kinder's barbecue sauce, and it's a little like squeeze bottle of Kinder's barbecue sauce. And I could not get this son of a gun open. And listen, I'm almost 50, so I know I'm an old man, but I could not get this bottle open. I don't know. I was trying. It just was like, and the cap, like the bottom of any sort of squeeze bottle cap, it's like there's something to grip. It's like rough, like there's little ridges all the way around it. These are totally smooth. So my delicate, sweet, satin-like hands were just twisting, and nothing was, they were just sliding right over this. And I eventually had to get out like pliers, and that wasn't working. And I actually started Googling how to open a bottle of Kinder's barbecue sauce. Such an idiot. Anyway, I finally scuffed up the bottom of this cap so much I was able to get a grip on it and unscrew it. So that's my little side rant there. But backing up, I went for a 5-mile walk with my friend Russ Walco on last Wednesday. And I told him, I said, you know what, I have food at home. So usually we go out and get lunch after we eat. I go, but I'm going to just head home because I have food there. So he says, okay. And I got in the car, and I probably live about, 7 minutes, 8 minutes away from Russ. And that whole drive home was a fight, like a fight with myself in my brain, like a yelling fight. I'm yelling at myself because I wanted to stop at every restaurant, every food place on the way home. And I had to keep telling myself, no, you went and bought all this food on Monday. The pulled pork has been in the fridge for a couple days, so you have to eat it today. It still would have been good for a couple more days. But I was like, you planned it for today. You have to go home and have this. But the other part of me, the reason that I want to lose weight is like yelling at me. It's like, no, Jersey Mike's is right there. Just make a left. Just pull over right now. Pull over right now. My brain is screaming at me. You probably all think I'm crazy, but this is actually what my brain is doing. Pull over right now. Jersey Mike's is right there. Pull over. The kebab shop is right there. You can go have that. Pull over. You can get a pizza. Make a right here. You can get a pizza. And the whole, I'm literally fighting myself to get home. Well, I'm happy to say, as I guess I spoiled it because I told the barbecue sauce story. I did get home and I did eat at home, and I was happier with myself that I did that. But man, it's just like a fight. And that's why I just want to refocus, and I really want to stay on this intermittent fasting thing because the intermittent fasting thing was working. So there you go. That's my struggles. And I think that's where I'm going to end it here today. It's a little shorter than normal, but there you go. Thank you very much for listening to this episode of the Grantcast. Thank you for downloading. Thank you for listening on YouTube or wherever it is. And a special shout out to the Patreon patrons. We will be back very, very soon with another episode. Thank you so much for listening. This episode of the Grantcast was made possible by the Saturday Morning Media Patreon patrons who've gone to patreon.com/Saturday Morning Media and set up a pledge for as little as $1 a month. Patrons at the behind-the-scenes level and above get access to a video of the recording of this episode. Big shout-out to all of our patrons, and a special shout-out to our patron producers, Eve Cunning, Kathy Crawford, Tony Urbano, Brandy, David Akers, Paul, Scott Armstrong, Vicky Sebring, Ricky Chavez. If you would like to become a patron and receive episodes of the Grantcast before they are released, visit patreon.com/Saturday Morning Media today and set up your monthly pledge. And thank you for your support. This episode of the Grantcast is copyright 2024 Saturday Morning Media, Grant Baciocco, executive producer, all rights reserved. www.saturdaymorningmedia.com.
You've been listening to Saturday Morning Media. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.